Hey everyone, it is Logan with Socialverse. So today I'm going to show you guys how you can add a custom sticky CTA to your website using some basic code that we provide. So first off, we want to check out inside of our community, we have a post that is called How to Create a Sticky CTA for Sales Pages Code Extension. And all this is essentially is some code that we're going to inject into our website that will allow us to create a custom block and allow that block to stick to the page as users scroll. So as you can see, we have some directions here that you should follow. And then obviously you can change all of these based on what you want your block to be, but this is just what we're going to go for example purposes today to show you how to do it. And there's two different sections that we have to add code to. We're going to add this code and we're going to add this code. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a block. So we're going to jump into this website here. We're going to scroll to the very bottom. So it's important that you do this at the bottom of the page. We're going to go ahead and do add a block. Let's do empty block. For example purposes, let's go ahead and make this black just so it kind of stands out and we can see it. Now, what we're going to do, going off of the documentation, is we're going to create two columns with 25 padding on top and 25 padding on bottom. Now, if you do change these up, you're going to have to adjust the code based on what diameters and permissions that you do set based on what you put into the new code. So like I said, if you do change those up, you are going to have to adjust the code based on what you enter for those details essentially. So jumping into it, we're going to do columns. We're going to make it two columns. We're going to make one column 70%, one column 30%, 2% padding, 2% padding. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and add some text into here. We're going to do, let's do book a call with us today. To ready to book a call with us. Now, obviously, that is black on black, so that doesn't necessarily look good. We're going to go ahead and bold that. We're going to go ahead and let's do a white text. Now, we once again have to come in here and adjust this to 25% padding to match the code, 25% padding to match the code. So we've got that set. Now what we can do is come in here and add a button for our CTA, which for this example is just going to be call us now. And obviously you come in here and add your phone number. You come here to phone. You can obviously adjust your CTA, whether it's email or maybe a pop-up or a different page or external link, whatever it may be. You come in here and do that. Obviously you can mess around with your styling, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple for now. So we've got that. So we're going to jump into save. Now what we're going to do is we have to come and style the block, add a class name to the block. So we're going to come in here and make it sticky CTA. And this is how we target that specific block in the website. So we're going to come into block, add a custom class name. We're going to go sticky CTA. Once again, save, jump back to our documentation. Here is where we are going to copy this code. Got that copied. So now what we're going to do is jump into settings here. We're going to go to custom code. We're going to go to custom CSS. So in this example, we already have some CSS set up for this website. So we're just going to go ahead and add it below that. We're going to get that all set. So we're going to save that. Now what we're going to do is show and hide the block on scroll. So for now, it's looking like this where there's nothing because we haven't saved it and refreshed. So now we can come in here. I'll show you, copy that code. So now it's here. Nothing is happening. As you guys can see, nothing happens here when I'm scrolling this page. So now I'm going to copy this code down here, and I'm going to jump back into website settings, jump into custom code, jump into page body markup, and inject this code, save. Now if I come in here, refresh, give it a second, and it's disappearing. So obviously we have some code that is going wrong. So this is where, depending on what you inject, we have to go back and look at our code and see where we messed up. So for this example purposes, let me just double check this code is set up. Go into here, go to custom code, go to custom CSS. So this could be our issue right here. Let's do that one more time. I'm guessing this is where we're going wrong, is our code on that. But now that I have adjusted it, and I'm going to add one more thing to the code. Boom. So there we go. So my issue was I did not have that bracket set in the code. Now, obviously, I have the player that is hovering over this, but as you guys can see, there's now a sticky CTA that comes up and pops up on the page and stays on the page. Now, this is where you're going to obviously have to adjust it based on what parameters you want to set with, as far as, hey, when do I want it to scroll? How much do I want the padding? So that's obviously where you come into the custom code that we got set up. You can obviously adjust the display, the positions, the bottom, pretty much everything in there, and when it displays, so the max width. But the main thing, if you come into page body markup here, we can change, let's say this to 200, let's say this to 100, and we can come in here and change all of these inputs here, and it'll essentially adjust on our scroll and when it pops up, when it disappears. So obviously, as you guys can see, it's disappearing at the top, coming into the bottom, and then it disappears again at the very bottom. But like I said, if you adjust the code, that's how you can pretty much change on how it shows, when it shows, what you want to show, all of that. But overall, this is just a basic example on how you take and inject this code that we have provided to make a sticky CTA for your website on the SV website builder. If you have any questions, please be sure to drop them in the comments below.